Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The restaurant's dim light flickered across her face, catching the shine of her laughter. The kind of laughter that once belonged to me. Through the glass window, I watched her lean forward, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, eyes glimmering with the same warmth she used to reserve for our late-night talks. Her fingers grazed the man's hand across the table. My stomach twisted. I felt like I had swallowed shards of glass. In my coat pocket, the envelope pressed against my palm like a live coal. Divorce papers. Final. The edges had curled slightly from the heat of my hand. I'd rehearsed this moment over and over in my mind, but watching her laugh, watching her live, stripped me bare of every ounce of certainty I thought I had. She was beautiful. Always had been. Even now, her beauty felt like an insult. The waiter passed by, his tray rattling. I turned away from the window, inhaling deeply, trying to hold my rage in place. My fingers trembled. I told myself I'd confront her calmly, that I'd be the bigger person. But when I stepped inside, when her eyes met mine over the candlelight, calmness died like a flame drowned in rain. Daniel! Her voice cracked slightly, surprise etched across her face. What are you? Having dinner? I finished for her. My tone was steady, cold, unfamiliar even to me. I can see that. Her date turned toward me, his face shifting from polite confusion to discomfort. Is everything all right? He asked, his hand still resting too close to hers. I glanced at him, memorizing his face. The man who had been answering her texts while she smiled beside me on the couch. The man whose number I had found under the name Sophie in her phone. I reached into my pocket and placed the envelope on the table, right between their wine glasses. The thick paper landed with a soft thud. Everything's perfectly fine, I said. Just thought my wife might need to sign something before dessert. Her face drained of color. Her date froze, eyes darting between us. Daniel, please, she whispered. Not here. I looked around. People had begun to notice. Conversations dimmed. The air thickened. But I didn't care. I was beyond embarrassment. I'm done pretending, I said, lowering my voice so only she could hear. You can keep lying to everyone else, but not to me. Her lips parted, trembling slightly. I wasn't lying, she said, eyes glistening. You've been so distant lately. I just needed someone else to fill the space. Yes. Someone who isn't your husband. Her date shifted uncomfortably. Maybe I should go. Yes, I said, eyes locked on her. Maybe you should. But she stopped him, grabbing his arm. No, don't. Daniel, please just talk to me outside. Say. The word felt like a lifeline. A chance to end this with a shred of dignity. I followed her, the envelope still on the table, the waiter's eyes tracking us with unease. The night air slapped my face as soon as we stepped out. The cold bit at my skin. Her perfume lingered between us, sickly sweet. Daniel, listen, she said, voice shaking. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I laughed bitterly. How was it supposed to be? You sneak around until I find out. Or until you get bored. Tears welled in her eyes. I didn't plan any of this. I was lonely. You stopped talking to me. You stopped looking at me like you used to. Her words cut deep because they weren't entirely wrong. I had pulled away. Long nights at work, missed dinners, fading touch. The silence between us had stretched too far for too long. But betrayal was never the answer. Do you even love him? I asked quietly. She didn't answer. Her silence was enough. I took a step closer. Do you remember our anniversary last month? The one you said you had to work late for. She flinched. That told me everything. I sat at the restaurant for 2 hours, I said, my voice trembling. I ordered your favorite wine. I waited until the candles burned down. And when I finally called you, you sent me to voicemail. Her tears spilled now, mascara running down her cheeks. I know, she whispered. I'm sorry. Sorry. The word cracked inside my throat. You broke us. And now all you can say is sorry. She reached for my hand, but I stepped back. Please, Daniel. I made a mistake. I'll end it. I swear I'll end it. We can fix this. For a second my heart faltered. The memories of our early years flooded in. Road trips, lazy Sundays, laughter echoing through our small apartment. I had loved her deeply once. Part of me still did. But love doesn't survive lies. It's too late, I said softly. I already signed the papers. Her knees weakened, and she gripped the railing behind her. You really did this? Yes, I said. You can move on with him. Or whoever comes next. But I'm done being the man you cheat on. A car passed, its headlights washing over us, throwing our shadows across the pavement. For a brief moment, we looked like strangers who had never known each other at all. She stared at me, trembling. I never wanted it to end this way. It ended the moment you chose him, I said. I turned to leave, but her voice stopped me. Daniel, wait. I paused, half turning. Her eyes were full of something I couldn't read. Regret, fear, maybe even relief. I'm pregnant, she said. The world went silent. My breath caught in my chest. The street noise faded until all I could hear was my own heartbeat hammering against my ribs. Whose? I asked, my voice barely audible. Tears streamed down her face. I don't know. For a moment I couldn't move. Couldn't speak. Every nerve in my body screamed for release, for something to shatter this unbearable stillness. Then I nodded slowly. Then I guess you'll find out when it's born. I walked away, the night swallowing her sobs behind me. The cold wind carried the scent of her perfume until even that faded into nothing. As I reached my car, I saw the envelope still clutched in my hand. The divorce papers. Unsigned by her, but soon they would be. I opened the door, sat inside, and stared at my reflection in the rearview mirror. My face looked older, harder. But there was peace there too. Because sometimes, closure isn't found in forgiveness. It's found in the silence that follows when love finally dies.